Hey, what's good? The Wolf's here. So, this is a bit of a Let's Talk video, as a normal series I do here on YouTube, going over all kinds of gaming trailers and different news and such that I'm very passionate about. So, one thing that I've been definitely seeing is a lot of new people, are coming over to the PlayStation platform for this console generation, and they are maybe wondering how to jump into live streaming, how you set it all up. What's this whole this thing of trying to set up streaming to Twitch or even YouTube. You can stream to both of them off from the console. It's kind of similar to how you did it on PS4, but it's a little bit different at the same time. So let's jump into exactly what you do. So you start off right back here where you have the PlayStation UI, of course. So you have your PlayStation 5 controller, very fancy, very spiffy. So first thing that you're going to want to do is hit the share button. It's the left-hand side of the controller, the small little button up here. They are a little bit hidden because it's white on white. But you basically just hit the share button. And the first time it'll come up like a tutorial of like, okay, this is what this button does, this is what that button does, like screenshots, and you can record gameplay and save recent. So the first thing that I should probably say is, enable to actually start a broadcast, you do need to be in a game. So I guess what I could do is, let's launch into Demon's Souls really quick. Okay, so hello me. So once you're in the game, I mean, you can even be at the main menu also, like the very front main menu. So once you're in the game, you just simply hit the broadcast button. It brings up, the same way that you would do start a recording or take a screenshot or even, save gameplay footage. You come right over here to broadcast settings. There's also capture settings that you can open up to. So if you really if you want to start up maybe an Instagram account also, and upload video files up to Instagram, or I'd like to sometimes push video files through like a Facebook Messenger. You want to put this down to 1080 and put it on MP4, because this WebM, it's just a really weird codec that not a lot of things can actually it just can't upload them. All right, so one quick tip also, when it comes to doing like stuff for Instagram and such, if you want to record gameplay footage and upload it to like social media and everything, then you're going to have to record something. So we'll plead for the almighty upgrades from from the doll. I mean the upgrade lady over here. So yes, we have this. Which we can then hit the broadcast button and save a recent gameplay. Now, of course, you can actually save a short clip, 15 to 30 seconds, which is actually really cool. Then you can also, if say you want to use like photo mode, and yeah, you got all this going on where I'm just gonna, okay, we're gonna do this. Going to hide the UI, and then we're going to do a snapshot picture of it. Where is it? Take screenshot. Again, also you can hit the share button too, just like PS4, where I think it's like double tap for one functionality, single tap to bring up the menu, triple tap to, I think it's triple tap to record a video, double tap to do a screenshot. Don't quote me on that one though. So then what we're going to want to do is, this is the easiest way of doing it, is to go into here. You can go into your created screenshots. Now, if you have so you can do this little method of cropping, or you can actually add text to like, you can make it bigger, smaller. You can literally make memes with this thing, which is kind of insane. Make it red. You can also switch different fonts and everything. So yeah, I mean, you can do a bunch of different stuff with this, and then we can save that as a new one. But you can also trim up your, this is the screenshot, that's why I need the video file. So you can also trim up your video files So say I want just where I started right here of like begging for her to give me life. Um, set trim, start here, and there you go. So very cool stuff you can do with this here. Now, if you want to save it, that's where it gets a little bit more tricky because then you actually do need a USB flash drive to save files to upload them to, say, like an Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or something. Let's go down to Media Gallery, and you take the clip and just copy it to USB. So if you go to share, I think it's basically, yeah, it's either to your friends list or you would, so, oh, you can share it directly to Twitter. All right. I actually have not done this feature yet. So I just found this out with you. You can also upload it to YouTube. So you can actually take it out from YouTube and re-upload it to an Instagram or a Twitter that way. Anyways, so two very big features in this menu right here is your microphone audio to include the microphone audio. So when you have a headphone piece plugged into the controller itself through the little audio jack on the bottom of the controller, again, make sure to that you have, so this is like the PS4 little headset. Very important to note. Again, it's my first tutorial, so I'm just kind of going over everything, but it's kind of hard to see, but just make sure that there's the three little black lines on that. The third one is the microphone port. So if you're like wondering why isn't this working, anything with a headphone built into it though should have that. Sure, and go into settings on your PS5, turn on the include your microphone audio. If you are doing a online game, then definitely include the party chat too, just so you can get all your friends if they want to be in there. And yeah, and then you can actually have this included, your microphone and everybody else's in the party chat in your broadcast. Now, it only works, so far as I know, it only works when you're streaming directly from the PlayStation. I have not seen a way of doing it from basically when you're outside party chat to get the microphone audio to go on to broadcast through a capture card. So I'm still working to maybe figure something out with that. But so that's your audio settings. Does take a little bit of work getting set up. So the easiest way of going live is just to go over here and click this and then type in, a nice little title. And then basically you want to go into broadcast settings also. So if you have a PlayStation camera, unfortunately, like you can't take a C920 and plug it into your PlayStation. It just doesn't work as far as I've found. So you have to have an actual PlayStation camera to make this work. Display chat. The chat will actually show up on the bottom right hand side of the screen, which I will actually show you in a little bit later on in this video of how all the chat showing up on screen works and everything. There is actually a couple of really cool features that you can do with it. Display activity. So again, a lot of this stuff is basically just like the PS4 version had on it, to where you can actually see your viewer base, how many people are watching, and also the chat can pop up on the screen. You can put the overlay wherever you want on the screen also, which is actually very helpful. So if you're in so Demon Souls bottom right hand corner is a good spot for the chat and everything because it's kind of out of the way. But if you're playing another game that has, say, something on I don't know, a Mortal Kombat 11 or something, and you want to see your opponent's mirrors on the other side of the screen, then you can actually put it right down in the weird. Okay, so you can't put it at the bottom, but you can put it somewhere. Anyways, you can put it anywhere you want. Include voice chat audio in your broadcast. So again, if you want to mute all voice chat, then you can just totally click that and boom. Now the cool thing about the PS5 is this mute button actually works for your stream stuff also. So when you click that, you get the little it's showing that your microphone is unmuted, and then you can mute it again. So if you have, I don't know, if you have somebody start to yell in the background, you can actually just slap the button real quick and boom, you got it muted. The other way you can do it too is if you don't have a headset, you can use the built-in microphone on the PS5 controller, and that works also, which you'll also see a little bit later on in this video. I'm going to show a broadcast. It was a short broadcast I did on Twitch, just to show off the quality and everything of live streaming, and that also goes into like bit rates and stuff. But we'll get there. So this is like the easiest way of doing it, to do in like broadcast settings and everything. Now, depending on your internet quality is going to be very dependent on which one of these settings you can use. If you have lower speed internet, I would highly suggest running it at 30 frames per second FPS, just because that takes a lower bandwidth, and with the audio codecs and the video codecs running together, if you don't have a lot of bandwidth to go through, like if you are running on slower internet, then definitely you're going to want to do like a 1080/30. Again, you kind of have to just go by your setup. You got to figure out what your bandwidth is and what you can hold stable. You can even bring it down to 720/30 also. So if you have a really decent connection though, 1080/60 works pretty good. It doesn't really show the 60 frames per second though, so I would almost still suggest 30. But again, it's a personal preference thing, whether or not do you want the 30 or 60. I can definitely tell you it will hold more steady just overall with 30 FPS, because you are not running off from a separate system. You are running off from the PS5, and especially if you're playing games online, which the online is already taking bandwidth, and then you're trying to use bandwidth for your stream. So it's a balancing act, really. All right, so one more little tidbit of information. So FYI, they do have a new like bitrate monitoring system that you can actually check and see where your bitrate is actually sitting at, and also your FPS counter down here. So if you do have the PlayStation set at like 60 FPS or 30, then it will say just exactly where you're sitting at for FPS. Usually it doesn't sit at like a lock 60. Usually it'll be like 59.9 or 3 or something. And then the bit rate, in my testing, it was sitting roughly around, it was around the 6 mark, but it was more like 5780. So you'll end up seeing the numbers up there. Right now I'm actually doing a test, which you can test off from OBS, but you can't test off the PlayStation. But this is pretty much what a really good solid connection will look like right here. But yeah, even if you're running at roughly around 3, like the recommended is around 47. I like to do as close up to the 6,000 mark as possible, just on the fact that you can do up to a 6K or 6 kilobytes per second upload speed. So this is basically your chart that you're looking for, but it'll be in green over here, and then if your connection goes unstable, it'll also turn red, and you'll also see it up here too in this little bitrate thing up here. So what I would highly suggest is, before you actually do try and go live, download the Twitch app, jump into the Twitch app, and then make sure. So here's the weird part about this though. To jump into the Twitch app, you do have to enable HDCP. Now, this is where I ran into a problem, and I'll show you how I did some like troubleshooting with it. For system settings in the HDMI, enable HDCP first of all, and bring up your Twitch app. If you enable that, you will have nothing on capture cards. That's also a big heads up too. So if you're trying to stream, so if you start off on the PlayStation and trying to stream through capture card, come in and check out the HDCP, which is the high definition copyright protection. Just make sure and disable that if you're trying to use a capture card at all and go through a computer like later on. But I can't show the process of actually linking up your Twitch account. So what you want to do is you want to go into the Twitch app and on the console, and then make sure and link up your Twitch account with your PlayStation. As soon as you get that linked up, it's a pretty easy thing. I did have last night, I did have a thing where it was just saying like it was linked up to another account. So what I did was I backed out of that screen, of the linking screen of Twitch to you, Twitch to your PlayStation 5. And as soon as I backed out and went back into to start the broadcast, I went back into this right here. Then it popped up this screen right here, because at first it's going to say, Twitch, YouTube, not linked, not linked. So you just click on the, link connection, I think it was called. And then after you get it done linked up and everything between your PlayStation 5 and your Twitch, then this screen will pop up, and then all you gotta do is, like I said, go through all these options and then just click go live, and you will be live streaming. All right, so probably the better way of doing all of this, to set up your stream of like titles and which game you're playing and everything, the PlayStation will automatically check for games, but it's not going to let you do some of the extra features that are available on the Twitch dashboard. So what you really want to do, and this is what I would actually more suggest, if you have a cell phone, tablet, computer, whatever, laptop, just be able to get onto the dashboard.twitch TV website, which is basically if you're at the home screen of Twitch hand corner and go to creator dashboard, and it will bring you right into here. Then just come over to this little icon, this little signal icon, click onto that, and then this is your whole dashboard right here. There's nothing shown. I can show you this because there's nothing showing, but once you click into here, you get way more options of just like going live notifications and everything. So when I went live last night, this notification was probably hitting everybody's phone of like MK Ultimates, that I was playing MK Ultimate, and actually in reality I was playing Demon Souls. So that's one thing that you really want to take in consideration. If you don't want to keep coming in here, you can just leave this going live notification blank, or you can put in there like, hey, I've gone live on Twitch, come and hang out, check out, say hi, or check out the stream and say hi. But one more really cool feature on this is tags. Now, for me, if I'm playing a single player story driven game, I like to put in no spoilers. I like to add that tag. If I am going to just be playing multiplayer, you can use the multiplayer tag. If you're playing a battle royale, Twitch is really good about adding tags like that also. So there's a bunch of little tags you can do if you're doing first time playthrough, or a blind playthrough, as in never seen the game before, don't know what I'm jumping into, or even I think there's even one for speedruns. Yes, so definitely the tags allow for people to find your streams a lot easier if whatever they might be looking for. So say you're playing Call of Duty or something and people are looking for specifically Warzone streams, then they can type in Battle Royale and they can find you through the tags like that. I don't know. I kind of like coming into here, whether it's through phone or just, normally I come in here and that's how I'm setting up stream, because I'm using capture card and computer and everything. And then there's a whole other thing you can do with this too, for like if you actually have a capture card that you're using, you can actually pop these out and put them on the screen wherever you want. Now, of course, it doesn't work when I didn't grab it. So you can put them actually wherever you want. So usually when I'm streaming, I will actually have this up here, and then I'll have these other screens like around my screen space. So it helps out a lot in that aspect. If you are going to be using this screen for like the chat and everything, what I would highly suggest also is once your stream gets going and you've been live for like a minute or so, just refresh, because sometimes this is not fully up to date. You'll see it by the session timer. If the session timer still says 0, or if you are watching yourself and it still says 0, then definitely give it a quick refresh, and then the stats will start to, it'll start to go again. So that's pretty much the setup part of the video, how to get going with that. So this next part of the video will be literally just footage from the actual streaming on the PlayStation itself. I of course have no camera, so it's just going to be voiceover and all that. So Check out this stream, VOD, replay, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you can see quality and the functionality and features of streaming straight from the PS5.
Aha, there it is. All right. So we have a straight up 1080 60. Yep, 60 FPS. Pretty well locked too. It's looking pretty good. All right. Okay, so we're gonna jump into a game and we're gonna see how steady this actually holds. This looks pretty good. So I do actually have the stream up in the background on a computer screen over here. This looks almost as good as my capture card, so that's definitely something that is really good for. I mean, like I said, I'm just curious to see how this is working for any like up and coming streamers, or anybody who's interested in trying out streaming or content creation or whatever. Definitely give you guys something to check out and everything. I'm also curious. So if I bring this screen up, does it go into? Okay, so if I hit the PlayStation button, it does not go into like the pause screen or anything like the PS4 did. That's kind of a cool little thing. If I bring up notifications, yep. Only broadcast related pop-ups will show up. All right. And if I bring up the broadcast menu, okay. So broadcast menu also is does not do any, it doesn't put you into another screen either. So it's just literally, you're just going to be seeing the broadcast. So no more interference of other screens like the PlayStation pause screen or whatever. This looks all right. It's not exactly stable. I mean, like I said, I do have. You can go back and check out the VODs for comparison between what my connection usually looks like on the upload versus what we're seeing right here in the console. You can definitely get away with streaming like this, though. I mean, there is a bit of a delay on what you're seeing on stream to what you're, to what I'm actually doing, but it's actually not too bad. Like for instance, I'll just do this here. So from when I click the button and when I see it on the stream, click on the stream. So it's about that much of a delay. It's not terribly delayed. I mean. And there we go. The PlayStation is actually holding up. Woo! PlayStation is actually at the 6,000 kilobyte mark. So I'm actually running at the same bit rate. If it holds that steady, I'm actually running at the same bit rate as what I normally stream on, off from the computer and OBS and everything. That's cool. So definitely one thing that I know from streaming for a few years is that when the action starts picking up and getting heavy, when there's like a lot of particle effects and such, like rain is a killer for bit rates and everything, and it makes the stream start to pixelate, which means you'll see like clumps of coloring on the screen at one time. That's something that you got to be careful with, because it can make your stream look really low tier. Alright, we're going to try and run this. I might end up getting caught though. Ooh, I got almost 2,000 souls again. That's cool. So this is the microphone audio you're hearing from the actual little single piece earphone piece that came with the PS4. I keep it around just because whenever I usually do party chats on the PS4, I end up using that, and then I have my mixer headphones on over top of that. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of your microphone quality. Probably one of the cheapest little microphones I have sitting around. In a minute, I'll click on the microphone that's built into the controller, and you can hear that too. Ah! Oh, dogs. Okay. Ah! Where is the damn dog? Okay. Damn it, doggo. Let me get you. There we go. Flame broil that. Would you flame broil the... There's a skeleton dude sitting right here. You could just flame broil him. Come on. Sure, I can work with me here. There you go. You missed one. You missed one. How could you? Alright. Alright, Kappa in HD. Okay, so the bottom right hand side of the screen, you can't see it, but I can. Okay, I'm just gonna try the chat to speech thing. I'm really curious to see what it even sounds like and all that. Uh-oh. Stream. Okay, so if you go to any broadcast settings and then you come back to streaming again, then it kind of freaks out for a second. Something to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm just going to type this in chat and see what it sounds like on the broadcast. If the broadcast can even hear it, or if it's just me that can hear it.
Hello YouTube and Twitch, this is what it's like streaming from PS5 directly.
Oh, you can hear it on stream. Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, so I'm going to say on my end when I see it pop up. So then you get kind of a sense of like what the delay is. I'm actually kind of curious on this too.
Welcome to
YouTube viewers to how PS5 broadcasting works. We're gonna go try and beat this boss up. All right, let's try and get this boss fight done. I still actually need to learn the boss fight of like what the hell to do. No! Uh-oh. No! I tried to fat roll out of it and it wouldn't let me fat roll out of it. Alright. So for just a little bit, I'm just going to use the built-in microphone on the controller, test out the audio quality on the built-in microphone, and we'll see. So that sounds, I think I now... Oh, you can definitely hear the difference. Yeah, it sounds like an open mic. I'm also very curious to see just how the sticks, you know, like the flapping of the stick sounds and everything. Slapping on the buttons. I guess this microphone would be pretty useful if you were doing like a podcast or something. You have multiple people in the same room. It'd be pretty helpful for that. Because you could essentially just do an open mic and have everybody talk at one time. Whoa, that was good. What I really want to do is actually get through this, the wall of enemies up here without having to stop, because that'd be a great boss fight. It's definitely not as simple and easy as that. Alright, let's try it. Try this again. Ow. No! As I was running into it, I'm like, this is not going to work in my favor. And guess what? It really didn't. There he is, there it is, there it is, there it is. And don't get crushed. Oh my. Alright, we're gonna take out these archers. You guys are getting really annoying. Son of a bitch. It's fine. Ah! No! What? What? How did it one-shot me? How? Come on, stand with the bar. Ooh! That's a good stomp. That's a good stomp. Again, don't get greedy, don't get hasty. Roll out of the way, roll out of the way. No, don't get hit. Ah. Get this. Get over to there. Stab the living out of them. Ah. Hey-ya! Did I get him? I got him! Alright! Alright! Yeah! Successful stream. And a new checkpoint. Good stuff. Alright. Awesome. Alright, that's gonna do it for this stream. And we will salute and yeah. Anyways, for more videos like this, check out the rest of the YouTube channel. For anybody who's maybe watching the VOD on Twitch, definitely go and check out the YouTube channel, and you can see how hard it is to set all this stuff up. It's the initial setup is always the hardest part, but I think after that, it's literally just you hit the share button, you hit broadcast, and you type in a title, and you're good to go. If you want to use the same title over and over and over again, then that's all good too. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easily. It's just linking up the accounts, your Twitch account to the Twitch app on your PlayStation. And then like it glitched one time, like I said. So that was like the biggest holdbacks. But outside of that, everything went smooth. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see ya next time.